What idiotic rule did your parents make up that cost them their lives? I was giving our golden retriever Doodle his medicine when my dad ripped the pill bottle away from my hand. Stop babying that dog. He's never going to get better if you keep coddling him. Doodle had been sick for 2 weeks with some kind of stomach issue. The vet prescribed medicine that had to be administered every day, but apparently that was wrong according to my parents' new philosophy about independence. From now on, the dog takes care of himself. That's how animals in the wild do it. Dad tossed the pills on the counter. Mom nodded along enthusiastically. You're making him weak. Dogs have natural healing abilities when we don't interfere. I stared at them in disbelief. Doodle was 12 years old and had been throwing up for days before I finally convinced them to take him to the vet. Now they wanted him to heal himself like some kind of wolf in the wilderness. But I knew better than to argue when they got like this. The next morning, Doodle was whimpering by his empty food bowl. See? He's not even that hungry. You were overfeeding him, Mom said proudly. By day 3, I found him lying in the bathroom on the cool tiles, panting heavily. When I tried to give him water from my hand, Dad caught me. What did we say? Let nature take its course. Nature's course apparently involved Doodle vomiting bile on the living room carpet. Mom just sprayed some Febreze and declared that he was purging the weakness. A week into their new independence program, Doodle could barely walk. His ribs were showing and his golden fur had lost all shine. He spent most of the day sleeping in dark corners. When he did move, it was with this weird, stiff walk that made my stomach twist with worry. He's building character, Dad announced at dinner while Doodle lay motionless in the corner. That's when Doodle started acting strange. Not sick strange, but different. He'd stare at my parents for long periods without blinking. His lips would curl back, showing his teeth in what wasn't quite a smile. When Dad walked by, Doodle would track his movements with laser focus. Look, he's getting his spirit back, Mom celebrated, but I noticed the foam, just a little at first around his mouth. Doodle had started drooling excessively and pawing at his face. He'd snap at invisible things in the air and growl at shadows. His eyes had taken on this glassy, unfocused quality that sent chills down my spine. 2 weeks after the medication stopped, Doodle seemed to rally. He was suddenly energetic in a frantic, manic way. He paced the house endlessly and barked at nothing. My parents were thrilled, thinking their tough love had worked. See? We told you he just needed to fight through it himself. Dad reached down to pat Doodle's head. That's when everything changed. Doodle's personality shifted like someone had flipped a switch. The sweet dog who'd slept in my bed since I was 5 was gone. In his place was something wild and dangerous. He'd bare his teeth at any movement and lunge at people walking by. It's just a phase. He's re-establishing his dominance, Mom explained as Doodle cornered the mailman. The aggression got worse daily. Doodle attacked his own reflection in windows. He chewed through his leash and destroyed furniture. Strange noises came from his throat like nothing I'd heard before, guttural sounds that raised the hair on my neck. My parents finally started looking concerned when Doodle tried to bite the neighbor's kid through the fence. The boy was just walking by when Doodle went ballistic, slamming against the chain link and snapping wildly. Foam flew from his mouth as he barked himself hoarse. Maybe we should call the vet, Mom suggested nervously. No! We committed to